Round and around we go.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Hello friends, how's it going? Let's just move this slightly over here. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea news. Chelsea trying to finalise two central midfielder deals in Romeo Lavia, and of course the big excruciating saga of Moises Caicedo. We'll talk about him messaging Chelsea players and the fee being discussed. And Elise and Gallagher out, heavy heart. Kepa to Bayern still. So much to get into, man. I thank you for joining me here and supporting the content. It means a lot. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing this new series long term, the On the Sofa series, which is not in the studio, the office. It's on the sofa with the lapel mic sitting chilled. It's actually my previous upload to this. I preview the Chelsea versus Liverpool game and talk about the actual football. Now, it will be the kind of long form content, I think, that will be more reflective of what's happening in the game generally. Like, maybe other teams' results, this, that, and the other. Please do go check it out. It's my previous upload to this one. It's called On the Sofa. I'm going to get a thumbnail designed for it, like a sort of template, should it become something you guys are interested in. So I'd like to ask you guys to do me a favor, if that's possible, to go on that video, check it out, and comment what you think of the content. And I will read that and, yeah, continue it if you like it. So thank you for doing that, and let's get on with this video. Right then, let's start off with Moises Caicedo. Chelsea have submitted a bid of £115 million for Moises Caicedo, and that's coming from Nathan Gissing, again of Dimarzio. £115 million. So that's got to be £100 million profit for Brighton, if not more. That is absolutely, it's insane money. I don't know what to think, man. Chelsea are putting in these bids. Clearly they're comfortable with the outlay financially in terms of financial fair play, but surely with such an excruciating amount of money, their plan will be to do over several installments with Brighton. You'd have to assume, man, because that is just absolutely incredible money. Now, I did see some headlines coming out saying that the Liverpool bid of £110 million, there was a £60 million upfront payment, and Chelsea are willing to bend their own rules. Of course, we paid, £30 million upfront for Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea were willing to pay an upfront sum of £90 million for Moises Caicedo. So immediately the payment structure favours Chelsea over Liverpool by £30 million. But did we need to go by that much? Couldn't we just match Liverpool's bid and do a better payment structure? We know the player himself wants to come to Chelsea. That's been reported across multiple platforms since yesterday. Like, did we really need to put extra juice on it? I mean, I know this is the mental gymnastics that football fans do. When someone else is paying it, you say it's ridiculous. When you're paying it, you try and make it right in your head, but it's friggin' ridiculous. It's circus stuff. I mean, what player is worth £115 million pounds sterling? I know Harry Kane, he's going for 100 million euros, but he's 30 and got 12 months left on this deal. But goals, what happened to goals costing money, you know? It's now, because strikers are so, like, unreliable, but you can't just buy guaranteed goals anymore. And trust me, as a club, Chelsea know that more than anyone. So what do? You try and buy an appropriate structure that makes you play better as a team, that then sees you win games. And then when you are better as a team, then you can do a Man City and buy an Erling Haaland, and he just does his thing. I, of course, watched that Man City Burnley opener yesterday, and I was commenting on my Instagram story, and I went live at halftime. If you think you'd be interested in interacting with me while we watch the football, follow me on Instagram at FootballYannick. So yeah, so that's potentially why I know like Jamie Carragher said, the buyers are desperate for this profile of player. For a CDM, for a young CDM that's shown he can do it in the Premier League. And Brighton has got the world by their balls, essentially. And that's where it is. But it looks like it's going to happen. Chelsea want to parade him tomorrow, essentially. He's still in London, mind. The Secret Scout, well-informed Twitter account, tweets this. Chelsea and Brighton tonight are working on the payment structure for Caicedo. It's happening. So if they're working on the payment structure, that means they've agreed the £115 million bid. How could they not? Liverpool might be secretly laughing here. I know some people have speculated with the conspiracy theory that maybe they've just done this to screw Chelsea over. But I don't think they have. They want that midfielder. He would have been perfect next to the Salzburg geezer, Leipzig. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. The guy who scores long-range goals, and McAllister. And, Carragher saying, yeah, we want him. Not like Carragher's an authority on this situation, but, they did want to buy him, essentially. So the Secret Scout says, it is happening. Caicedo has messaged close Chelsea players, quote, I will see you soon. They want to parade him at Stamford Bridge on Sunday versus Liverpool. An incredible saga is close to being finished. Just exhausting, isn't it? Well, it looks like it's nearly done. We can discuss this and look at his numbers. I mean, he's got very good numbers. Of course he does for that money. And well, we will keep that story following that story, so follow me for that. Chelsea are not just looking at Moises Caicedo, looking at Liverpool's other midfield target, and Romeo Lavia, 55 million quid. This is just incredible, isn't it? They've said 50 million quid, we said no, 48. And then they've gone up to 55 million quid. Taken for a ride, left, right and centre. Look, Chelsea owners learned a lot from last summer. They have. They're buying young players now on less wages. They're not doing the Koulibaly and Raheem Sterling wages. They're buying younger players for a system that they're learning. But they still need to learn more. Letting your business go this late can often go wrong rather than right, which this window is proving. So hopefully by next window, summer, they'll be completely perfect. All the teething issues ironed out. Ryan Walker writes, Chelsea have moved closer to completing a £55 million deal with Southampton for midfielder Romeo Lavia. The 19-year-old has been subject of intense transfer wrangle between Chelsea and Liverpool, with the Reds having 3 bids rejected for the emerging star. This is hilarious. 3 bids from should potentially come to Chelsea. Southampton have refused to budge on their £50 million valuation and are looking to agree a move with Chelsea after the Blues submitted an offer above Why did we offer a fee above their valuation? It's gonna be a structure thing, isn't it? It always is. Both Chelsea and Liverpool are attempting to overhaul their midfields, of course. We've been in a tug of war for Brighton's Moises Caicedo, the aforementioned. Blues manager Maurizio Pochettino has been a long-term admirer of Lavia and is now closer to securing one of the top targets. Of course, not just our manager, Stuart, from City, Southampton, and then Chelsea. Our co-sporting director loves him, and we've scouted him to the moon and back. Meanwhile, the pursuit of Caicedo is viewed as independent and won't be hampered by the deal. So yeah, two massive signings. A £55 million deal would see Southampton cash in on Lavia, who is keen to secure an immediate transfer back into the Premier League after they were relegated last season. Yeah. So he moved for £14 million. It says just 1.4 million pounds. But he came from Man City's academy. So that's still a lot of money for a player to go to the academy straight into a team. Who did we do that with? Was it Tino Livramento? I remember Gehi went to Swansea. But did we sell Livramento straight out of the academy? I think we did. Similar vibes. City did have a £40 million buyback clause, but they didn't go for it. So we'll pay £15 million more. I don't know what that says. Yeah. So for Liverpool to come back in, they'll have to match Chelsea's £55 million offer to break it. I mean, Liverpool must hate Chelsea. Meanwhile, Chelsea are thought to be in the driving seat for Caicedo. Of course, we've spoken about that. Oh my god, it's a lot of money. La 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 la. Well, at least our midfield options would be sorted. Pour one out for Andre Santos in the midst of this. In terms, he's not died. That sounds like he's died. In terms of his minutes, I mean, maybe his minutes have died. I don't know, man. I mean, clearly Lavia is a good player. Again, I'm not gonna pretend I'm like a Romeo Lavia stan who watched Southampton really closely last season. This team that was getting touched up and relegated, but that guy in the middle, he's mustard. I mean, now and again I dissect players like that and say they're really good. But yeah, I mean, if Chelsea want him, no excuses after this. You've got expensive players all over the pitch, and also as well, and hopefully not all within the wage structure, all within a certain age range, long-term planning, there's certain age brackets, so over the next decade you can structure your club, your business, appropriately with these developing players and growing up at the same time, and therefore the long-term financial fair play structure is an intelligent one. What do you think about Romeo Lavia? Right, Florian Plettenberg, who I believe is a Sky reporter from Germany. Yes, he is, from Deutschland. He says this: Kepa, clear feeling is, he wants to join them, he wants to go to Bayern, but there's no final agreements yet. So Bayern are pushing for a loan with an option to buy, but the fee has not been clarified yet. Kepa wants to go to Bayern Munich, and fair play. I kind of get it. Massive club. Like the same way he's not going to win any league titles necessarily too soon of Chelsea. Kepa, he'll put the same reasons why Kane will want to go to Bayern. And again, on the sofa yesterday, I go into some details with that. So if you want my thoughts, go watch the previous upload. Yeah, he'll win titles. He'll be one of the favourites for the Champions League. He'll know the opposite side of the pitch. There is Harry Kane, which makes your team a lot better. And it's just a massive club. Win loads of trophies, domestic trophies. I mean, Kepa's won European trophies, Club World Cup, Super Cup, Champions League, Europa League. He was an integral figure. So he's kind of done Europe, like European trophies. He's kind of completed Europe. Go and win domestic trophies. And the best way to do that in Europe is over PSG as well, because PSG in the 11 in a row Bayern Munich have won, PSG have still lost out twice to Monaco and Lille at least. So yeah, I get it, big money, and Chelsea, and also he will be nervous that Sanchez has come in with Roberts, the goalkeeping coach, Ben Roberts. He loves Sanchez. Sanchez has come in. He's 3 years younger than him. They've given him a 7-year deal that will make Kepa twitchy. This suits everyone. He's got massive wages, Kepa, for a goalkeeper. Untenable wages for a goalkeeper. Much more than Mendy had. And you'll get them off the books. Sanchez will be on less. In a 7-year deal, he'll be on less. Like Sanchez will probably be on 80k a week or something. Probably half or, even maybe less than half than Kepa. And he'll be first choice, long-term deal. Chelsea look at that as an intelligent, long-term investment. I would actually feel quite good about Kepa going, not because I want to see him leave, but because I think it will be a good move. I think he's been a good servant with us in terms of he's been part of success at Chelsea. That's undeniable. He has had good moments and shown that he can be really incredible in terms of cat-like saves and his short football, short arms and short football, his short passing and all that's really good. I think, and if Tuchel wants him, he knows Tuchel. I know Tuchel played Mendy over him, but he kind of inherited that situation, didn't he, from Lampard? And then he sort of brought Kepa back in a little bit towards the end. So it's not like he shunned out Kepa directly. And Kepa will obviously know that. And he probably obviously will have a relationship with Tuchel. Tuchel can speak to him. I don't know. Seems good to me. Yeah. Let me know what you think about Kepa to Bayern Munich. In fact, let me know what you think about all these things. Chelsea taking all of Liverpool's midfield targets and Kepa and gang. I'll be very interested in learning what you think. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for checking out On the Sofa. I want to hear your feedback on that. And I will probably look to do more, because I do have another camera and I might just leave it in the living room. That'd be nice. Different content. Yeah. Alright, mate. See you in a bit. Peace.